What's up, reefers? Welcome to Alex Pora Corals. This is Alex Wilson, and this is my video log where you can learn from my mistakes, so come check it out. Alright, so here's a shot of the 20-gallon quarantine, and what can we say about this one today is that I have the lighting on this one on 100% whites, 100% blue. Starting to bring it down a little bit. As far as the height and bringing the light up on it. And on the display over here, I'm running them at 60% intensity, full blues, full whites, and that's for just 4 hours a day. But 60%. So I'm bringing it up, bringing it up week by week, slowly, little by little. And so this one I'm lowering it down to get it up into the higher light range for the small polyp corals. And what else can we say about this one? Let's see, I have the phosphate. Just tested the phosphates. Well, tested. I'm getting ready to test again today. Last time I checked the phosphates, though, they were back down to the 0.15 range. So happy about that. And I went ahead and removed out the granulated ferric oxide that I had in the back there. And the protein scanner, if you remember, I was saying that it wasn't working, and that's the reason why, the NOPOX wasn't working and that it shot up. And so it seems to be working a little bit better now. So, and the phosphate's down. So still adding a little bit of the NOPOX, and of course I dosed nitrate to get it up to about 10 parts per million, so liking that. And the other display aquarium's doing good. It's at that right the range I wanted as far as phosphates at 0.15 and the nitrate about 10. And so so this one here, what's interesting though is that I haven't been adding anything to this one whatsoever. The only thing I've been adding are the amino acids through the Reef Plus. Really happy about the Reef Plus, by the way. Awesome, because it's not only got the amino acids, it's got your vitamins and trace elements all in one shot right there. I don't have to worry about those three. All of them are taken care of. So that's all I'm feeding them so far. And what I can tell you is that this aquarium, not only has the coralline algae, completely, 90% of it died off, but it was there. It's growing, but really slowly. And 0 diatoms. Nothing on the glass except for a little bacterial haze, and it's 0 green algae growth. So usually, like, we check out the crushed coral right here, by contrast the main display has a little bit of crushed, it has some green going on and so this one has nothing there, and so it's a sign that there's no nutrients for these guys to be grabbing. However, I'm going to go ahead and stretch to say dissolved organics that these algae are grabbing. I don't know, because the nitrates, were in there's nitrate in there, right? So that's at 10 parts per million, and it's not being pulled down really fast. And it has the phosphates, got super high with the coralline algae die-off, I believe. So it's so there it is. So it's interesting, with as far as feeding on one hand, when it goes something like your reef roids, and it's gonna, or any other food, it's gonna go through a cycle, and it's a strong cycle, and it adds the most amount of dissolved organics and nutrients in the long run, whereas just adding the nitrate and your phosphate, it adds that. But however, that's a real light and clean way, actually, way a lot of people like to use that because they don't want to run into the dinoflagellate nightmare, by adding algae problems, by adding too much of strong food like that. So they'll opt for the liquid nitrate and liquid phosphate, right? That's much more of I consider it to be much cleaner, really clean liquid, to add to your aquarium. 0 detritus, 0, and then less chance of algae growth. So that's what I'm going with as well. So it's interesting to see what's going on, because this is a unique aquarium in that there's no fish in here. There's no fish or invertebrates really, except for one or two pistol shrimps that are back in there snapping away here and there. So it's a good way to test it and study, you know, see how the corals do as far as nutrients exactly, without having, you know, the whole fish feeding and the fish themselves interfering with your actual results. You can't really tell, you know, what's going on as well. So let's check out. I got the bounce. This is a blue spotted discosoma, and so I left him in here, and it's cool that I'm gonna get a shot of these babies right here. He's got 1, 2, 3, and there's probably like 4 or 5 little babies that he's moved along, and they're right there. And there's a good shot of the stomatella as well. So yeah, snails in here. Those are invertebrates, but that's it. You know, no fish, no big shrimp, and so yeah, this also mushroom, I moved them over, a couple of them, into the main display, into my other mushroom corner. So happy about that, and as well as what else do we got? So yeah, let's see. Check it out on this side of it. So yeah, here it is. You definitely see I left the Stylophorus in here, as well as these other Acroporas. So hoping the bird's nest is growing a little bit in there, so it's looking good as well. I'm going to leave them in there, and hopefully, you know, keep an eye on them that they don't start bleaching out from lack of nutrients, you know, getting too low, or from going too high. So alright, so let's go check out the main display over here. What's up, Yellow Tang? This is the main display. Let's check it out, see what's going on over here. And what do we got over here today? Got the bubbles up here. They're just about touching each other, looking pretty good. And definitely like to eat a little bit. Yeah, I lost acanthophyllia. That was a bummer over here. Definitely died off. One thing that happened in here that really contributed to, well, one of the things that contributed to the, well, I don't know, it was during the dinoflagellate, you know, outbreak, or certainly, I don't know if it caused it, but it certainly wasn't good, that I lost this whole clam right up here, the whole mysterious clam with the red discosoma on the outside of it. So here's a shot of him right there. It's all opened up. Yes, that's right, because it died. Can you believe it, Yellow Tang? The whole clam right there died. I didn't even notice it. I just, you know, I should have known better. I had a feeling that it might die, you know, so I should have put it somewhere where I had a better chance to look at it. You know, and I did have it where I could see it better, but then the mushrooms on them were starting to, they were getting too much light. And so I moved it back over here, and anyway, I didn't notice it when it died, and I just barely went to move it yesterday, and it, you know, popped open like that, and yep, of course it's completely empty inside. And so it was a pretty good sized clam too, you know. It was probably like about 5 inches worth of clam right there that just completely died in here and disintegrated. Just the bacterial itself must have just eaten it up. So yep. And oh yeah, one other thing here, we have these hammer right here, this frog spawn right there. I had like this clam that was stuck on the side of him as well. So I grabbed him, and it was starting to like pinch him over on the side. It was starting to get, clam was starting to get kind of big, or, you know, sticking out. It used to be real small. I thought, oh, it's nothing, you know. But then the little clam started growing and started to pinch him off to the side right there. It was almost like going up on top, all the way sticking out of the one side of it. So I pulled him out and pulled that little clam off and stuck him up here. He's already latched onto this rock right there. And yet that's just one of these little clams that comes in on the live rock. And so, you know, you can check out the crushed coral right here, and the huge difference between here and the 20-gallon. It's got the green, I've got the coralline algae, I've got brown. Not only browns, I have the red slimes, absolutely really going, well, getting a lot of it lately, and I don't want to add the chemically clean like I did last time, because I think that was one thing that really killed off all of my coralline algae in my 20-gallon. But you know, I'm not 100% certain that that's the actual cause of it. But I'm gonna hold on, just you know, and see if the red slime will just kind of die down on its own without having to use. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't seem to be toxic or as toxic as the diatoms, the dinoflagellates are. So that's tough, you know. When I have this blastomusa right here, and have this one in the front's bigger, with certainly brighter orange and green. The back one is certainly just more of a paler type of red, so, and smaller polyps. Certainly not as fun as blastomusa, but I guess it's a completely different type. And so yeah, let's check them out. What's up? We got the mandarin. We got the little mandarin right there. What's up, little dude? He's eating copepods. All right. So to the right over here, though, I stuck the home wrecker right there. Yep, there it is. So hopefully it'll be doing good. And it seems like it right there. They'll probably get more flow. I might put something else that might, like one of the stylophores right there or something. But there it is. That's one spot of it right there. Good pop extension, good color. So hopefully it will do okay right there. And so yeah, I guess let's see what else is. I guess that's just about it. I have my acropores right here. Threw them here and threw them there. Hopefully they'll be doing good. I tried to put some of the stags more towards the back, and I got these other guys here towards the front. Certainly. So let's go check out the rainbow splice. There it is, guys. Rainbow splice still alive in here. Is it gonna live? I don't know. Is it gonna die? I don't know. Also got two other ones to the right there, and the salmon corals right there. And alright, so let's check out the coral scrubber. We can't do a video update without hitting the coral scrubbers. Yep, I know, a whole bunch of red slime down here, but it should be okay. I got my Rosarampe chalice down there, and I got these Turbinaria frags and the Duncan down there for now. Alright guys, oh, one thing I want to talk, you know, I put in right here this Australian live rock. And I just want to say, you know, that's certainly the most magical rock. You know, not just that, but, you know, any live rock is just absolutely magical. What it does for establishing a reef aquarium, you know, I believe. And you want to learn from my mistakes. You know, if I was going to do another reef aquarium, I was certainly not doing any kind of dry rock, you know, and I would just do 100% live rock. If you just want the best results possible, then guaranteed 100% live rock, and go from there. If you don't have access to an established system, you can grab some established rock. Certainly the live rock is just absolutely magical, the way it cycles and establishes a reef aquarium, without a doubt. Alright guys, well that's my 2 cents for the day, and happy reefing. Check on the next one and see what's doing good and just what didn't make it. Bye.